Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganashadasham Tattvamasya Laksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nithyanandam. Hi, this is Ma Nithya Oviyananda. I was explaining yesterday about bliss and how you can stop self-medicating yourself, basically saying no to drugs and alcohol and saying yes to bliss. So that's what my topic is today. I was explaining how during initiation with Swamiji, how during having his darshan, how being in the meditation or in process with Swamiji, how getting into that space of oneness, that Shaktipada, is actually a natural and cosmic high that you get. So when you have that energy of Kundalini awaken inside of you, you don't need anything else outside of you, because you can directly connect with the cosmos through that. You know, a lot of people say, but I don't understand, you're just living some moral life now, and to me, and stuff like that. And it's not true. I mean, Swamiji doesn't tell people to stop drinking or stop taking drugs or stop eating non-veg food because of some moral reason. He tells it because it's directly negatively affecting our consciousness. That is the reason. Everything he teaches us and every lifestyle thing that Sadashiva is given from the Agamas and that Swamiji is reviving and that we're living by is to expand our consciousness, what is most healthy for our body and mind and spirit, so to speak, to live the highest peak. So our body and everything is optimal so that we can take in the higher truths, so we can store that energy. And when the initiation happens, when Swamiji transmits that energy to us, we can hold on to it longer and longer until eventually we can permanently be in that state of oneness. So that is, to me, to me is a no-brainer for anybody, unless you want to live in unconscious state. And maybe people don't know about it, right? So that's what we're trying to do, is explain it and teach it to people. If it clicks with you, great. That's why we're telling. That's why we're making so many videos and expressing these things what Swamiji is teaching us. So it is not a moral reason. I'm sure there's many moral reasons, yes, but the full, real 100% number one reason is to make you into a superconscious being. And having a pure lifestyle induces that, feeds that consciousness to expand and grow, and for you to become more aware of it and more in that space. So it's really amazing. But think about it. I mean, you're continuously, working at a job, 9 to 5, and for what real purpose? I mean, that's what I always got stuck in. I always wondered, what am I doing here? I couldn't understand it. I mean, I get on a train, and I get into the train, and all these people are packed in there, and we go to the downtown Chicago. Then we get out of the train, and everyone's rushing to get to their job in the morning. Maybe they'll stop for coffee or a bagel or something. And then you go and sit in some cubicle, and you look at all the buildings around into the windows, and there's other people in cubicles. And then lunchtime comes, whoop-de-doo, and then you go and you get something to eat, and go back and sit again at the desk, and you look around and it's getting dark. Usually in winter it gets dark at 4:30, very early. So you can see really all the other buildings lit up, and there's people sitting in cubicles in all of the buildings. There's thousands and thousands around. And then what? Then you get out and the big rush goes into this little doorway to get back into the temple. I'm sorry, the temple. The temple is on my mind. Back into the railroad station to go back to the house. And then you go there and you eat, you watch some TV, and you pretty much pass out because there's nothing left to your day. There's no personal time left. You have a few hours in the evening to do anything, And the more and more, I started to understand, or to start to seek, I guess, actively and consciously seek, the more that kind of life seemed crazy to me, I mean, just think about it. You're giving your whole life to a job. Basically, if you drop dead, within 48 hours, somebody else will replace you. you're putting your life for that. You know, you think it's so important, the position you hold, and your people depend on you, and your boss is there, and everything else. But honest to God, think about it. If you drop dead now, in 1 to 2 days, your job will be filled up by somebody else, and that same person will be joking around and talking to all the other people around you that you used to talk to. Of course, maybe once in a while they'll remember you, make a toast, you know, go out, and that's it. You know, in that kind of thing, you're replaceable, right? You're just another person there, another number, because the business still has to run, the money still has to be made. It's not like the earth is going to stop. So what is it for? You're just feeding someone else's pocket and just getting by in your life, paying the bills. I mean, of course, yes, I could be speaking to some people who are loaded with tons of money, you know, and maybe you think everything's cool with you, and that's great. But how much better can your life be if you were to go meet Swamiji and manifest powers of Sadashivatva as he delivered 60,000 years ago in the Agamas? Wow, I mean, it's very amazing. So there's something for everybody. And what Swamiji is revealing to us. Everybody, no matter where you think you are in life, there's something for everybody. So I just wanted to give that little insight. But the true thing that I have found so far in my seeking, my time with Swamiji, it's definitely that oneness experience. You know, whenever I think about any moment that's happened of my best moments with Swamiji, it's always been that oneness experience. Even during my first inner awakening back in 2011, there was a procession one night, often at the Adinam in the evening, especially during programs. There's always some festival going on in Hinduism. We're always celebrating some deity, one of the many beautiful deities in their life. You know, the day they got enlightened, or the day they did some special event, or they were born, or they, you know, landed on planet Earth, you know, anything. Various different Brahmotsavams and things happen. So during that time, we were celebrating one of the Brahmotsavams, and it was November. And we were walking, and somehow I got lucky enough that Swamiji was walking like right there, near me, you know, and I just kept looking at him like, wow. You know, because the grace that he walks. And I mean, he was probably maybe 10 feet, maybe from me. And I just kept walking and kind of just looking and walking. And I felt like I was in some other dimension in a way, because he wasn't saying anything and he wasn't even like looking at me. But I felt like he knew I was there, and like I knew he was there, because there was such a silence. There was like a silent transmission. What was transmitted, I'm not sure. But I felt that silent energy, something when I was walking with him. I felt like I was walking with him, even though I wasn't speaking to him, and I was, you know, 10 feet away. That's not exactly walking with somebody necessarily. You know, when you're walking with somebody, you'd be a little closer, maybe talking or whatever. But I really felt like I was walking with him. And some of my best experiences with Swamiji are having that experience, because I did feel in tune with him in a way. I felt like we were walking. I felt aware and still. You know, even though all this loud music was going on and dancing and people were celebrating, you know, I felt like time, something was in a different place there. And it was so nice, you know. So even such an experience like that, having that space, that connection with Swamiji, that Shaktipada, it's worth everything, because those are the moments of my life that are best, that really has impacted me. There's so many such moments like that, but this one came to mind now. And so that's why I'm always telling people, please come and meet him. Just come. Just come for Inner Awakening or Mahasadashivatva. Just have that experience once in your life, even if you never come back again. I guarantee that those moments will always be with you. And there'll always be wow experiences. Something that sounds so simple, like walking with Swamiji. It's not. It's not simple. And only until you experience that, you understand what it means to be around this amazing avatar, His Holiness Paramahamsa Nithyananda. He's not ordinary. Anything, I don't even care. There's so many stupid things going around about him, and I don't even care. I just can't believe how close-minded and that the people can be. Well, they've never met him, that's why. So what can I do, you know? If they want to live in darkness, that's their problem, I guess. You can bring the horse to water, but you can't make him drink. So that is my big wisdom for the day. Anyhow, I'm including a new link. Before, I think they're redoing or fixing the Inner Awakening page, so innerawakening.org. So I'm going to include a new link for our programs page, which has all the programs. So you can come to the Bangalore Adina for a one-day free program, Kalpataru. And then there's 2-day programs at various centers around the world and also in the Bangalore Adina. And then, of course, there's the wonderful retreats and longer stay programs where you can be living around Swamiji for a longer period of time, and that is Inner Awakening and Sadashivatva. So check those out and sign up for something, but get yourself in front of Swamiji and into this Shaktipada space. Thanks again for watching. Nithyananda.